Santiago, Henrique, Helio, and Wellington. 4 names of 4 heroes. It sounds like it's about to get heroic in a second. Are these guys really something of a hero themselves? Absolutely not. These 4 and the word hero don't cross lines whatsoever. Then, why did you say they were heroes? Why do you keep track of everything I say? Then there must be a new band that is about to crush numbers in the industry. Nope, they are not. They are just a group of investigators who decided to go deep into the woods to explore the dark truth behind the House of Evil, Sarava's house. Sounds so deep so far, it almost cut through us, right on the nerves. How dramatic. Now, what is the story of this so-called Sarava's house? Where do its origins come from? Who effed who and spilled a curse that still beats like a broken heart in there, preventing anyone who enters the place from having a safe trip? Well, I guess you're a bit too excited. You almost crossed the line right there with your questions. But unfortunately, the heroes we just spoke of didn't provide any context or backstory regarding the house. Then, let's start with their experience. As they finally reached the property deep in the woods, they entered the place, and here comes a flying wooden board coming right at them from the room right in front of them. Or, more like, left in front of them, because from our perspective, it was located on the left side. How unnecessarily terrifying. Actually, after checking back, the board activity came right after the glass bottle rolled out of a different room. So unprofessionally explained so far. As they were checking around, the door slammed shut on them. Later, another flying object was thrown. But it all comes down to the conclusion it was so ridiculous that one of them fell unconscious. Did they encounter a realistic-looking djinn that was shape-shifted to look like a mix of a human and a goat? Yes, but in their imagination, in reality, it appeared as if some half-naked dude wearing a diaper and a mask was in the house, which somehow affected Wellington, sending him to a special place.
Cara, essa casa é muito sinistra, cara.
Ai.
Tá.
Meu Deus do céu.
Pega, cara.
Foi isso.
Vem daqui, ó. Cara do céu. Eu aqui caiu. O negócio foi doido.
Ué?
Oh! Cara.
Meu Deus do céu, velho. Que foi isso, velho?
Não tem uma pra lá, não tem pra lá. Não tem uma pra lá, Deus. Não tem uma pra lá.
Cara, essa porta tava encostada aqui, ó. Ela tava encostada. Ai! Cara do céu! Pegou você? Machucou?
Não. Não.
Rapaz, passou.
Machucou?
Não.
Rapaz, passou suando na orelha.
Cara do céu!
Eita, cara.
Espírito ou entidade, se comunique comigo. Fica pra dentro. O que foi isso?
Não sei, veio da cozinha ali.
Você poderia se comunicar comigo? Você poderia se comunicar comigo? Você está incomodado com a nossa presença aqui na sua casa? Posso fazer? Fazer o quê? Cara do céu!
Meu Deus.
Posso fazer isso?
Isso não é bom, a gente tem que ficar de frente pra porta.
Cuidado, Thiago.
Olha como que eu tô arrepiado, cara. Olha aqui.
Meu Deus, velho.
Já essa garrafa de novo.
Cuidado, Henrique.
Faz esse...
Que foi, Wellington? Que foi, Wellington? Wellington? Wellington, que foi, cara?
Vai.
O que aconteceu, cara?
Eu não sei nada, tá olhando ali, amigão.
Bate na cara dele, bate na cara dele.
Peraí. Esse cara tá aqui, rapaz. Ué, ei.
Wellington. Wellington.
Mas ele desmaiou, tio.
Wellington. Vamos tirar ele da casa, vamos tirar ele da casa.
Vamos tirar, vamos. Ó, pega ele aí.
Meu Deus do céu, cara.
E cara, se o Tifum tivesse aqui, ele tinha se Esborrachado no chão, cara.
Tira ele, depois pega as coisas.
Bora, bora. Não tá pra enxergar aí. Eita, bateu o braço ali. Cuidado aí, cuidado.
Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Ai, cuidado, cuidado.
A gente estamos saindo. Ai!
Vai sair, Tiago, agora, cara. Eita.
Jesus amado.
Agora aí, cara, pra você descer aí.
Nós vai ter que dar um jeito, cara.
Bota ele. Vai descer aí, bota ele aí sentado aí. Aí.
Vambora, Henrique, vambora.
Bora, bora, bora.
Cara do céu, o que você viu, Ed? Hã?
Ele não tá bem não, Tiago. Não tá bem não.
Você quer ir pro médico?
Vambora. Bora, cara. Cuidado aí, Tiago. Cuidado aí. Vamos descer aí.
Deixa ele dormir não, cara, deixa ele dormir não.
Sente, sente, sente.
Ele bateu a cabeça?
Não chegou a bater não, cara. Segurei, cara.
Ô, Edson, acorda, velho.
E eu já ia sair dali naquele
Será que ele
lugar.
incorporou?
You might be asking, we saw everything described in the intro, except for the dude you mentioned who was wearing a diaper. Where did he go? Well, I just cut off the part where he was visible in the shot due to the fact that he was too corny to be even shown. When we talk about abandoned houses, there is no better place to search than the woods. But you may now ask the question, for which I somehow have to come up with a stupid answer that sounds both logical and convincing. So next time you want to ask something, make sure you go to the right person. Anyway, why is the woods the best place to search for abandoned houses? Because, think about it, rarely would anyone prefer to spend his life in a house somewhere in the woods where he can encounter a lot of different creatures on a daily basis, and if not, on a weekly basis, it almost feels as if he is playing some survival game in hard mode. Okay, but still, what does that have to do with the main question itself? Don't rush me, I will get to the point pretty soon, I hope. So when these people finally call it a day and leave these places behind, anything will take over them, not just the jinn. Wild animals, weird types of insects, lost people, dangerous people, people in general, because humans could really go as far as living in a forest under a certain amount of life pressure. So here we have Mike, the dude who entered this abandoned, rusty house in full tranquility, penetrating into its darkness with no perspiration on his skin. The man was asking for some horror, and so he received it. After hearing one creepy sound, he was breathing heavier than an overweight dude who started exercising for 2 minutes for the first time in his life. He was so scared of these sounds that he finished his trip quick, but on his way out, he turned around to encounter the unknown.
Where'd the dog go? Where'd the dog go? Oh man, I never saw that before.
I told you in the beginning that he encountered the unknown, not because I was trying to sound cool, or anything, because I know I'm more corny than cool, but I honestly didn't know what to identify this thing as. I believe modern society understands its job from this point. Let's return to the church. Well, that's very nice of you to try to tell these lost Christians to go back to churches and fill them with faith. But that wasn't actually my point. I wasn't encouraging anyone to go to the church. If that's what's happening, then what did you mean by saying, let's go back to the church? I was talking about the church in the next video, which is an abandoned one. Oh, I see. You mean, let's reincarnate its role as a church and make it active again? No, absolutely not. What I mean is, let's see what these two in the next video are up to by going back to investigate the same church they explored before. Jeez, you guys have no chill over what I say. And the problem is that I sometimes tend to forget that I'm talking to myself when writing these scripts. Big Billy Dell and Small Tiny Ted previously, and it's been some time since that previous visit they made. They encountered shadow figures, chairs moving, and other paranormal activities that I can't mention here. Were these activities so over the top that they were plus 18? Nope, because I have featured that video, but due to the fact that it has been long enough for me to forget what happened, I can't mention the rest of the activities. Today, they decided to trigger these ghosts. But hell, I have no idea. Somehow they thought sitting down and trying to take some pictures in the dark would be enough reason for the spirits to perform some activity, but it actually worked. Aside from the whispering that didn't convince me, they captured an interesting shot of what they claimed to be a portal, but to me, it was more like a big pile of something else. Also, the cameras, for some reason, started glitching at the end, while the battery of the flashlight was drained.
I feel like I should be in the back in case I can see everything.
I want to be up here in the front because I kind of want to be near the hallway so I can hear the hallway.
All right. Why so?
How do you want to do it for?
However long it takes.
30 seconds, 45 seconds?
I don't know. Just
I don't know how long I'll be able to do it for. Alright, ready?
yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, now I feel like I can hear everything. Say something to us. Make us aware that you're here. For all we know, you're not even here. We're going to leave soon. If it seems like you're not here, then I guess you moved on, and we'll just leave. So if you don't want us to leave, you better tell me something.
I'm not sure if it's just the church creaking or if that is something moving.
No, dude,
But there's always something moving every time we come in here and start talking.
but something to my right over here was scratching. It sounded like something was scratching the wood over here. And I know,
Beside you?
yeah, I know it's going to be on here.
I'm gonna try to get a couple of pictures while it's pitch black like this.
My camera just flashed like something went in front of it, I think.
What went in front of it?
I don't know, maybe it bugged.
I'm taking pictures. It's beside you.
What?
It's beside you.
What are you talking about?
Right to the right. It's in
What?
the picture. Send the pictures to your right there.
Huh?
Right there.
Over here? Over here?
Where you heard it.
Are you serious, dude? What are you talking about?
Yes.
What do you see in the picture?
Okay, I'll show
What are
you.
you talking about, dude?
I'll show you.
Shouldn't you just tripping?
No.
Look. Like, you got actual evidence of that on a camera of something just in and out, boop, boop.
What is it though?
I don't know.
The other pictures, it was nothing like that.
No, it was almost like a humanoid shape or something. That was just like, I don't know. Y'all let us know what that is. Like, what is that, like a portal or something? Is that like a black hole forming? Like, what is that supposed to be? Not really much anything happening here. We've been sitting over here in the back for like another, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes. What's happening?
It was perfect timing too. Yeah. Give me the flashlight.
What?
The thing died. The battery.
The light finally died?
That's how long we've been in here.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that in.
I don't know why, but Dell in the picture looked to me more like a huge loaf of bread than anything else. And yes, that's all I have to add here. Let's see what we have here. Now, before we get to talk about the story, which we don't have in the first place, let me clarify what I mean by the title on your screen. Why am I laughing at what should be a scary video that should send shivers down my butt? And that's a very intriguing question, allow me to say so. I was laughing at the single shot that actually got them more views in the first place. The single shot that should have been the climax of the video. How ridiculously unprofessional. Let me explain. Well, first, why don't we talk about the video itself until we reach that point, then we can discuss my emotional experience with that part. Now we are talking business. So corny. These guys entered an anonymous place that, for some reason, looks like an abandoned school. They definitely heard some dark stories about its reputation, such as people encountering paranormal activities and such, so they decided to conduct some rituals, trying to expel the demons within. After finishing their rituals, they decided to do the last touch, which was... No, it was nothing, I just thought I had to say that. So, what then? What comes after the ritual part? You come after that. You come to listen to the next part. They took a look around the place, and they found something hanging, tied with strings. It looked like a dark magic. As they were checking on it, they turned around to see the shot I talked about at the beginning. You mean that one you laughed at? Yes. A black, tall, skinny shadow figure was seen entering one of the rooms. They followed him, only to be almost trapped inside as the door closed on one of them.
นี่เป็นที่เสียงอะไรวะขนลุกด้วยนี่ลุกเลยกูจะยินเหมือนกันนะไม่ก่อนที่จะเข้ามากูยังรู้สึกว่าเหมือนมีอะไรแบบนี่ค่ะติดถนนนั้นเนี่ยครับสวัสดีครับสวัสดีถ้ามีดีก็ออกมาให้เจอเลยเด้อพูดไปก็กลัวเหมือนกันนี่อะไรห้องน้ำยังมีรองเท้าคนด้วยเหรออุ้ยมีใครอยู่ปะเนี่ยสัตว์น่ากลัวไปเข้าไปผมบอกคนนอกต่อดูบรรยากาศบ้างนี่อะไรคือเหยียบหรือเปล่าวะไม่แน่ใจเมื่อกี้มันจะเสียงเหมือนกิ้งมันเหยียบเราแหงเฮ้ยยังไงเฮ้ยยังไงเจอเสาเราชี้ขนลุกเลยโอ้ยพี่จริงชี้ขนลุกเลยพี่มีเสาจริงได้ป่ะอะไรไม่แต่มึงเห็นไหมมึงดูรอบๆให้ดูรอบๆนะนี่คือเสานี่ด้านหลังไหมมีใครอยู่ด้านหลังวะเฮียนี่เลยไอ้คุณเลยเสียบกระจกตรงนี้น่ะเสียบกระจกมีเสียงแปลกๆนี่ฟังเสียงตรงนี้เสียงตรงนี้เมื่อกี้ได้ยินใช่ไหมได้ยินเสียงด้านหลังนี่เฮ้ยเชี่ยขนลุกอ่ะเฮ้ยไงดีเฮ้ยสยิวเลยอ่ะเฮ้ยแอดเฮ้ยใจเย็นเฮ้ยมึงเห็นไหมเชี่ยเฮ้ยขนลุกเลยอย่ากูเข้าไปดูแล้วกูไม่ไปนะเอาไม่ไปนะอุ้ยไปแล้วเชี่ยตีตาเลยเชี่ยคนเดียวนะวะไปขอดูจริงอ่ะนี่ไม่แล้วห้องนี้ดูมันเหมือนห้องคนงานป่ะไม่ไปจริงอ่ะหัวตรงนี้ไม่ไปเลย นี่แล้วแกเข้ามาข้างในเนี่ยพี่เชี่ยโอ้ยเฮียปัดเฮ้ยเฮียตกใจปัดมึงล็อกไงกี่เนี่ยไหนซื้อตรงนี้มึงไม่ได้แกล้งกูใช่ไหมว่าแต่มึงไม่เองเมื่อกี้ทำไมตะเกียบมึงไม่ได้เข้าไปปิดแกล้งกูใช่ไหมบ้าเลยกูยืนตรงนี้อยู่ไฟใหญ่กูเลย
The reason why I laughed at this shadow figure was very simple. I mean, come on, look at that thing. Take a look at it again. It really reminded me of one of my friends who would be moving like that around the house, and he has the same physique too. You might read the title on screen and think to yourself, I feel like I have seen or heard these words somewhere before, and if that is the way you felt, then I can't blame you. We could be somewhat familiar with this sentence. There is a very famous song that starts with it. But where does that play a part in the next sequence of clips? Believe it or not, it actually takes place in that one clip when the boy was under the table, when all of a sudden he found himself staring at a wig, which seems to be making appearances in random areas all around the house out of nowhere. How creepy. Maybe it's the mother of this kid who is trying to hide it in a different place in the house all the time. But the husband keeps finding it. Maybe she wants to hide it from him, so he doesn't find out about it. But wait, what do you mean by it appearing in random places? Sometimes it could be on a chair, sometimes in the TV table's closet. But if you think that the wig is the only thing that plays its part, then let's see what the plushie has to say. Why does the story keep getting more and more cheesy? Maybe because I'm still the one writing it. Regardless, the plushie was also spotted moving from one area to another, like that one time the kid threw it in the washing machine and closed the gate on her, but somehow she left it and peeked at him. A similar thing was done, but from behind the TV. Even the microphone sings by itself. At one point, as the father was trying to wake his son up, he was interrupted by a paranormal activity performed by the microphone toy, followed by the chair moving. He turns around to find his son awake on a different couch, only for the blanket to fly at the father's face, dropping him so the car toy could hit him at a speed of 200 miles per hour. This is not a fast and furious new movie. This is the next video.
Lubies. Rumah blackout ni, Lubies. Dah. Pergi masuk tidur.
Lubies, tidur dalam bilik Lubies. Lubies.
Papa.
Lubies.
Setan ni suka membazir. Aku ada soalan. Setan minat ekor ke? Hei, terkejut aku. Okey, benda ni simple je. Aku suruh Papa azan. Papa! Kurang ajar. Kau main bola ni. Setan! Monyet punya setan. Aku dah kata dah. Macam nyek. Monyet. Apa benda pula ni? Nak makan kaki ke? Oh! Setan tu nak cari aku lah. Jangan langgar-langgar! Setan punya setan panggil-panggil aku pula. Kejar aku. Mana kereta tu? Aku nak tanya satu soalan. Why kau bising dekat bilik aku? Sekarang aku kurang kau. Biar kau tak boleh keluar. Padang muka kau. Kurang ajar. Kau masuk. Kenapa kau intai-intai aku? Keluar. Kau nak suruh mana?
These videos, if combined together, are more like the movie Toy Story, but in a ruder edition, where the toys don't care if they are seen moving around or not. In fact, they want to be seen to invade the house. But am I the only one who thinks that this list in general was a bit lame? If you share the same thoughts as me, then you must subscribe and watch the next video on screen.